Hey folks, welcome to this week's CIOPCC tour. We're going to go back to an older feature that we've been doing before, a must-see video. So these are going to be pre-production items, and I'm going to just cover the ones, I'm going to try to wrap up the ones that I have not covered, either because the lines are too small or it's just one-off here or there. So as we go along, there's going to be some different things that hopefully I haven't covered before. Let's start with Freakables. Palisades did this line with these cutesy little figures that were boxed. See, I'll move over here. And they had these plates that sat in front of their face, and you would move the thing out of the way, and there would be some kind of freaky face in front. So these two here are early production pieces. So the ones there in back. And some of these never did make it to production. You can see that one has 3 different faceplates. They came with an attached faceplate. So these ones all have removable faceplates. You can see here are 3 faceplates for the one guy. Here's a couple more unpainted ones for the other guy. Like I said, some of these made it to production. Some of them did not. But those are early Freakables. Another Palisades line that I haven't talked about before is the Critters. These were superfly, hip-hopping, rapping critters of various types. And I have 2 of the paint masters, the pig and the bulldog. They completely come apart as well. They're all resin body parts, which were later produced as part of that line. Another Palisades line that's small, but I have a lot of extra stuff for, is Fairly Odd Parents. So here's a whole bunch of the balloons. These are at different stages. So they start at the very first solid casting from the sculpt. Then you have the assembled hard copy, and then you have a final casting of those balloon heads. Oh, there's some other early pre-production items of the flowers and the pets. You can see a couple different sizes of the fish before they settled on the final size. The same with the lipsticks. Couple of different sizes, and the lipstick paint master there in back is the different color than what they went with. Again, a hard copy of a couple of the pieces, including Vicky. Now those all come apart, but Vicky's head I had to put up on the top. It just does not, there's the figures in front, it just does not stand with that head in there. So there's a variety of early production pieces for Fairly Odd Parents, Critters, and Freakables. Let's come around this place, around the side. Oh, and King of the Hill action figures. That was a really great that we got any figures at all. I mean, they're not the greatest figures in the world, but we got, you know, a fair set. And here is a test shot of Dale, done all in red. Otherwise the same as the original, but he is a test shot without any markings. And down here, for the South Park line from Mezco, we have a test shot of Rufus Griffin, unpainted. One that I've never been able to find out about any information about is this one down here. Now, it's clearly Ms. Incredible. It is the body from the one that they did release in the 12-inch size, but it has a head that's more similar to what she looked like as a younger woman, before her and Mr. Incredible got together. So I don't think they ever produced this figure in this scale, not that I've ever seen. If anybody has any other information about it, I would love to hear. So we got to come around this way, walk past the dehumidifier you hear running, and we're going to look at one that I think was master replicas. This is the hilt for the sword for Sleepy Hollow. See, there's some Sleepy Hollow action figures right there from McFarlane. And this is the hilt from the sword. Now, this hilt was a early casting, and it's out of resin, not out of the final material they used for the sword. Pretty sure that was master replicas. Drastic Plastic did this Great Custer, but they also did this second head that I obtained that was a potential version that they were looking at doing, but didn't end up releasing as far as I know. Another one that never got released is from Palisades. They were going to do a really nifty Terminator series in a 4-inch scale. This is just before they went out of business. And this is the Terminator himself, T-800 in the leather. This is a 2-up of what it would have been the 4-inch scale action figure. I see down here, those of you who know my connection to Flat World Figures, the one unproduced figure I have here in the CIOPCC is the Phantom. He has the metal belt buckle and metal guns that we produced out of pewter, and he has Ghost, his wolf, that we were going to use. This is the original sculpt. Never did get around to producing him, however. Let's look at some smaller figures here. There is a Shock from the NECA Nightmare Before Christmas figures from the Lock, Shock, and Barrel set. This is an unproduced figure. Obviously, it's Eddie from Iron Maiden. I don't remember who was going to do this line. They were going to do a whole series of these guys. I swear it was Art Asylum, but I've never been able to find any other info about him. I've got to see if I've still got the paperwork from when I bought that guy. These two are from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. They did get produced, but these are hard copies. You can take them all apart. You see there's an extra head down there. And this head, there's much debate as to what the heck this is. I swear it was something that was going to be done as part of Flat World, but I can't remember what it was, and I don't know. So if anybody recognizes that head from anything, let me know. So you've already seen all of these cool. There's a whole video about these 2-ups from Mezco for the various, oops, got to fix Nemo there, from the various Nemo lines. If we come down around here, we have another Palisades. Remember, Palisades did these nifty little tiny, about 3-inch figures for aliens with the Colonial Marines and the alien figures. Here is this one down in front, and behind him is the 2-up version of that 2-up sculpt. Over on this side, for you Star Trek fans, we have the only Gene Roddenberry figure that I know of that was ever going to be produced. And this is the Paint Master. But he never did make it out. So a figure that did make it out is over this way. There was a line called the Armies of Middle Earth. Little tiny figures. These guys are only about 2 inches tall. This is a test shot of Samwise Gamgee. This guy came in one of the 2-packs or 3-packs that they produced. And this is an early test shot of him. And last but definitely not least is a surprise figure. It's always cool to find stuff that you weren't expecting to be as interesting and as fun as they were. I don't even know where I came up with this figure from, but this is a Kenner prototype. That is the Street Guardian Superboy from the Man of Steel line. And he never did end up getting produced. So this test shot is a fairly unique one. So I think that covers the rest of the onesie twosies out there. Check out my other must-see videos, and I'll be doing some others of some very unusual and rare items in the collection at some point as well. So you have a good week, and I will talk to you later.